Alright, today we're going to be working on the fuel delivery for this 68 Mustang and its pink motor. Now, my father and I spent a few months working on this, putting it back together with the motor and transmission that both have 0 miles on them. Well, probably about 10 miles now since its first drive for our daughter's first birthday. Now, upon driving it for its first time, I ran into some fuel delivery issues. I noticed while using the original gas tank that it sucked up a bunch of stuff, you know, like debris from the bottom, it's metal flakes, rust, whatever, from the bottom of the gas tank, which ultimately ended the life of this old Carburetor 4-barrel. Now, I know what you're thinking. I could probably take it apart, rebuild it, slap it back on, adjust it, fine-tune it, whatever, and get it back running. But that's not good enough for this 68 Mustang and its pink motor. So today, I'm going to be installing a new Holley 4-barrel. I can get it open. Street Warrior. High performance at its best, I would say. Just like that. That's okay. Notice the difference there. Shiny. Not shiny. Shiny. Still pink. Now, I went with the Street Warrior because it seemed like a good mid-grade power plant for, you know, something small block V8. Not much to it, you know, but we'll slap it on, adjust it, and see how it runs. So one thing I quickly learned is I got a 4-barrel with a manual choke. That means we're gonna have to hook up the actual choke for this cock. Yeah, I guess first mistake, didn't order the right carburetor. But you know, I have no clue what I'm doing. Just trying to, you know, spruce up the old girl here. Her name is Betsy, by the way. Don't ask me why, but, you know, that's just the name we came up with. So, we have new fuel filter. Actually, I took the fuel filter here apart. It has a glass window that you can see. Put a new filter in there, put new rubber gaskets, put it all back together. Shorten this hose because I didn't have to use as much as I had before. Got it hooked up to the carburetor, got the carburetor nice and tight. Next we're going to hook up the throttle, maybe adjust it a little bit and see what we can do. See if you get any kind of action out of this old beast of a hot pink motor. Alright, so we have our old throttle linkage. This is actually, well, it might actually be original to the car. I mean, it's seen better days. It's not straight anymore, if you can see that. Then we have a couple of these pins. I upgraded and got some new pins because these ones are reusable. The other type, the other cotter pipe type pins, you bend. You know, I'm not even going to take them out of the package, but you basically just put them through whatever hole you want. You can't really see that, but and then you bend to both ends and it holds everything in place. Well, we're not going to do that. take a pin. Now if I can get a washer on the back of this, it'd be kind of cool, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Nope. Well, I got a washer on the back. Let's see if we can get the pin in there. Nope. Without a washer, it's doable. Now I'll go to the other side and I'll show you exactly what I did there. For those that don't really work on cars or whatnot, see this pin is now holding throttle linkage on, well, the throttle pedal, if you will. And then we'll connect it to the carburetor. Now there's many holes you can connect the throttle linkage to on this carburetor. It's even cooler setups for this whole throttle linkage, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it in one of the top holes. And that's not going to work because that's the wrong way. So I ran into a little bit of an issue with this throttle linkage. While setting up this new carburetor, I had to adjust the part that actually connects to the carburetor. We had it fully, well, I wouldn't say fully, I would say halfway adjusted here. You can see that. And I went to put it in, it was binding up on the back. If you can see that. Right there. So you go to brum brum with the throttle, it doesn't do anything. So I backed it off a lot. Reinserted it. Now we're good to go. Now I still have to hook up the springs, which these might have to get shortened. Well, this one will work. You think it would work? Alright, we're gonna have to get some pliers for that. Now I know that's not where the spring goes for all you professional guys, but it works for now. It will get relocated upon, well, setting this carburetor up the right way. But right now I'm just trying to do a quick job, see if we can get some action out of it. So we have throttle. We do not have choke. We do not have electric choke. It has a manual choke. I will have to set that up eventually. But for now, we have throttle. Here's your adjustment on the back. There's one in the front. That's probably mainly a idle. That's an idle throttle. Idle adjustment. Alright, let's see what it does. Now it's time to see if this old beast will start. Now then, a little more fuel, and we'll turn it over. We'll see what it does. I know I'm gonna have to get a lot of gas going to that carburetor at first and see if we can get any kind of life out of this old beast. We're in park. Electric fuel pump. Wrong key. go. She wants to start. Let's see if we have fuel. Kind of a tight squeeze in this small garage of ours, but that's yet to change. So as you can see in the filter here, glass filter, we are getting fuel. I don't know if you can see that. So now we know we're getting fuel. We don't have any leakage on top of the intake manifold. Our carb is connected. We got the vacuum connected. Well, carb linkage is connected. I think we're gonna have an issue with that choke because it's a manual choke. So what we're gonna have to do is find some way to leave it open for now. Maybe we'll do the old screwdriver trick and just, because it can't be fully closed. And I still have yet to adjust the carburetor so it opens automatically when you give it throttle. But we need to get some kind of choke action. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a screwdriver down into it just to hold it open. Like that. I mean, the main thing is you don't want it to close. It still has a gap right there. And yes, I've done this before. It's not the best way to do it. But hey, it works. Alright, let's try this again. Tight squeeze. Ouch. Manual choke. A little bit of action. Whoa, I dropped the light. That new carburetor sounds pretty good. And I didn't even have to adjust the idle. Let's see what we got going on. Right on, man. I love it. What's up, babes? What do you think of your new carburetor? You see the baby? Look at that, huh? Yeah? You see the baby? Alright, go for it, Mom. Kind of loud, rev it up! Oh. You're supposed to rev it up a little. What? Turn it back on. Rev it up! Louder! Woo! All right. It's kind of loud, huh?